Welcome back, guys. This is Madhav PVL, and today we are going to discuss about the cardinality ratio and the relationship types. So here we can just see in the previous video I had just created a mess. So now let us just clear all those doubts one by one in this video. So cardinality ratio is nothing but, here we can just consider this with an example. So G1 is nothing but the guide one. So guide is nothing but a person who guides us in a counseling or whatever it may be. You can just consider this as a guide, and this is a student. So S is a student and G is a guide. So guide, if we just consider, one guide can just guide two students, but one student can only get only one guide from this three. I think I am clear. So they can get only one guide from this whole three people. One student can get only one guide, whereas one guide can guide two students, so two or whatever it may be. So here it is 1 to n. So now we can just draw this like an ER diagram. So one guide can teach n students. So we can just write that one guide teach, teach. So one guide can teach n students. So the arrow mark is this side, right? So we can just read like this. So guide 1 teach n student, one guide teach n student. So we can just read it in a normal English. So this is about drawing ER diagram with the help of this things. So now let us just get in deep. One-to-one relation. So what is one-to-one relation? One-to-one relation can be considered with this example. So one-to-one relation is nothing but, if we just get into a hotel or a restaurant or whatever it may be, so if we need to just eat something, so before eating something we will just check the menu, right? So in that particular menu only we need to just choose some items. So one-to-one relationship also is like that only. Actually that's a very bad example. So here we can just consider this HOD and department. So in whichever university we may see, at a particular department or at a particular subject, we will have only one head of the department, right? So only one head of the department for CSC, one for mechanical, one for civil or whatever it may be. So there will be only one HOD per department. So that can be called as a one-to-one relation. H1 is a HOD of a department 1, H2 is a HOD of department 2, H3 is a HOD of department 3. So this is one-to-one relation. Each department will have only one HOD. So we had just read this with a normal English, right? So here diagram is like this. HOD1 manages one department. The arrow mark is this side, right? So HOD1 manages one department. So one HOD manages one department. So here this is arrow mark like that only. So here one-to-one relation. I think this is up to mark. I think this is clear. So now the second one is 1 to n. So 1 to n, this diagram is a bit mess. So let me just draw it in my paint. So here we can just consider like this example, we can just consider department and student. Here we can just see like this is one department and these are all students. Here we can just see like if we just put some dots here, if we just consider these as the departments and these are the students, here we can just say like each student can take only one department, right, at a particular year. So one student can read, or one can just pursue only one department. So if a student belongs to a department of CSC, then that student will be in the CSC only. In that database only we can just find that student, right? So there may be n number of students. Let us just consider this 5 students are from CSC, and then these 4 are from other branch. So we can just say like department consists of n students, but only a student can join in only one department, but department consists of different number of students. So the number of the students in a department is n, whereas the students who need to join the department is only one. Student can choose only one department, whereas department can take n number of students. So this is a classic example we can just consider for 1 to n. Each department will have many students, but each student will be only in one department. It is very much clear. So the ER diagram for this is one department has n students. So n students can be in one department. So we can just write it like that. So one student can be only in only one department, right? So one department has n student. The arrow mark is like this. One department has n students. N students will be in one department. So this is about 1 to n relationship. Whereas if we just get into this n to n relationship, student and subjects. So student and subjects is nothing but one student can take how many subjects he want, and then those subjects will consist of all the students, right? So if you just consider a particular section, this example is only with the help of a particular section, only with a section 1 students. So in a particular section we can just say like these 5 students will have these 5 subjects. So 5 students will take the 5 subjects. Each student will take the each one subject, right? So this one subject will consist of this 5 students. So 5 students will have 5 subjects. Each subject will have 5 students. So there will not be any change in the number in between these relations. So each student chooses many subjects and each subject chooses many students. So this is about n to n, and then n student have n subjects. N subjects has n students. So this is n to n relationship. So these are some types of the relationship which we can just find in this cardinality ratio. So thank you for watching Works After College, guys. Please subscribe to my channel.